Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your midday Wednesday edition, and I'm telling you, things in the W or things around the W never cease to amaze me, not to say the least. So, in this latest edition today, we're going to talk about Angel Reese. Yep, the one and only Angel Reese. It seems like when it comes down to completely talking basketball, talking about your game, talking the involvement, the evolution of your game, what you need to improve on year in and year out to be one of the greats in the game. I feel like sometimes fans can't handle the criticism, fair criticism that is, of your player, the player that you like. We all sports fans. We've seen it from time to time, here and out, through football, basketball, whatever the sport may be. And sometimes you gotta be the one to say, "Hey, this is what's going on. You know, this is what's happening. This is what it is." So, a lot of Angel Reese supporters, a lot of her fans, are pretty much mad at Candace Parker. Now, we already know who Candace Parker is. I don't even have to go and down her resume. But the one thing I'm going to highlight is she's the only player in WNBA history to become Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. Enough said. And a WNBA champion for the Vegas Aces and went home to Chicago and brought a championship there. So, Angel Reese put this out. She put this out yesterday. Say clout is a hell of a drug. Like it's really getting to a point. Now, Angel Reese, I don't even want to dig into you on that one yet, but I'm gonna let Candace Parker do her digging because see what Candace Parker had to say is pretty precise. And not only today is the day of Post Move, a new podcast with her and Indiana Fever Center, Aaliyah Boston. And they brought up this issue about Candace Parker having what her comments was about Angel Reese and her game and where she ranks. And honestly, it's a fair assessment. You can't get mad at it. But I'm gonna play half of the clip, then I'm gonna come back in and do a fair assessment.
In the court. And I know we're not judges, but we have thoughts. And when we have thoughts, we're going to talk about it. It can be about basketball. It can be about life. It can be about everything. But Candace, you did mention that we're going to be taking some heat, talking about some heat on this podcast. And I feel like we should start with you. You recently went viral for your comments on Angel, people calling you a hater because you put her in your tier C rankings. What's your response to that?
Okay, for those of you that don't know, I did a tier ranking, and I'm going to list the players. Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, Brianna Stewart, Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Plum, Sabrina Ionescu, Arika Gumbawale, Paige Beckers, Cam Brink, and Angel Reese. I was asked to tier rank them from S all the way down to D, I believe, or E. I think it was actually E. And with that being said, I ranked some players in Asia Wilson, Nafisa Collier, and Brianna Stewart as S. The rest kind of fell between A and C. For all of those that are commenting comments under random Instagram posts about me, I didn't even realize that I went viral for this until I realized when I was kind of getting alerts on my Instagram of people being like, "You're a hater, da da da," all this and all that. To all of those, first of all, some are misinformed and uninformed. And I feel like in this day and age, we are right now, a majority of people probably have not even seen the entire interview because we have attention spans like goldfish. And so they probably couldn't sit through the entire interview. But I say all that to say that we have to come to a place in women's basketball where we can critique without being a hater. And I challenge all of you all to understand that I in no way, shape, or form am a hater. I am going to bring facts to the table. And with that being said, the facts that I want to bring to this table, and I challenge anybody to tell me, what player are you taking Angel Reese over of those that I just listed?
Guess we'll wait for their response.
Oh, we're not going to. Okay.
Because I'm sorry.
But what I'm saying is, in what player, and this is no disrespect, these are the greatest players in the game right now. They asked me to rank the tier right now. And I sit in a studio at Turner with Shaq and Chuck, and some of which I think at times they do individually and personally attack people's character. And I think I pride myself on trying to be an analyst that does not do that. I do not attack character. I literally am just, from my point of view, from my opinion, this was the ranking. And so I ask again, are you taking Angel above Paige? Are you taking Angel above Arike? Are you taking Angel above Sabrina or Kelsey or Caitlin or Asia or Nafisa or Brianna? No, that does not make her a bad player. That does not make me a hater. Do I think she could be up there? Yes. Do I think she can be at S eventually in her career and her evolution and what she's added to her game from her rookie season to now? Absolutely. Is she there now? No. And this is in no way, shape, or form hating. So with that being said, I think in women's basketball, regardless of which way you go, if you say anything about Kaylin or you say anything about Angel Reese, you're going to get whatever side coming at you in comments and whatever. And most are misinformed. And so with that being said, I think we have to be better. And everybody has said this. We have to be better in being able to criticize and critique play and not be like, oh, she's attacking and she's a hater. No, that's not the case. So anyway, order in the court.
So you got to listen and hear what Candace Parker had to say, and I 100% agree with her, because when it comes down to talking basketball, talking about your skill set, I even said it, as much as I love Caitlin Clark, she still needs to improve her game. But at the same time, this is not telling she's a bad player. I'm not saying she's a bad player. Candace Parker literally just say, hey, Angel Reese need more in her bag. What make Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant do them so great, and LeBron James, I add him in there, is that you are able to improve your game year in, year out, and get better. This is Aaliyah Boston's third year. She has gotten better. Are you taking Angel Reese over Leah Boston? No, you're not. You're not. You're not taking Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark. You're not. You're not taking her over Sabrina Nescu. You're not. And you're definitely not taking her over Paige. You're not. So, but players have coached. You even had Lisa Leslie coach Angel Reese over the summer. They moved her to point forward. Yeah, it has worked out some games, and some games it didn't. Guess what? She still doesn't know how to make proper layups. She doesn't have a go-to move. Her handles is not as crisp as you may want to see from a point forward. She suffers more turnovers this year as a point forward than she did just in her natural position last year. So when you're talking about basketball games, you got to look at it as a year in and year out improvement. It's the evolution of your game. It's the evolution of basketball. You know what I'm saying? This is what makes the greatest players great year in and year out, because they are able to work on their game, improve their game, and get better on the way. You don't think LeBron James lasted this long, 20-something years in the league, by just being basic? No. Angel Reese game is basic. That is no way hating on Angel Reese. I think she can be a good player in the years to come. But it's all about longevity. And see, this is the one thing that people misinform and continue to You want to continue to throw out stats. Sometimes my motto is facts is stats. Just like Candace Parker alluded to. She said when she's talking about stuff, she's bringing facts to the table. She's not just talking from a point. She's lived this. She's been in the league a long time. She went through it all. Angel Reese has not even went through half of the stuff that even Caitlin Clark has. Paige Beckers and I even have went through half of the stuff that Caitlin Clark has. But you see their game improve, 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 improve. Improvement of your game and critiquing your game is not hating on you. It's not bad mouthing you. Learn to take criticism and move on. Now, when we talk about clout chasing, Angel Reese, this is clout chasing. This is her winning the national championship, completely chasing down. I mean, literally chased down Caitlin Clark, walked around her the whole game. If that's not clout chasing, I don't know what that is. So therefore, when you talk about clout chasing, when somebody called your rebounds me bounds, what you did, you clout chased that and made a profit off it. You know what I'm saying? When you was in All-Star game, you ran around trying to drive around in Indiana, trying to get people to signify buy your shoes. So being mad at Candace Parker for speaking the truth, that's just idiotic. Because what Candace Parker talked about um from the beginning was there was a segment with her, I think it was her, Cheryl Miller, and two other people, and it was talking about Caitlin, and he was talking about Angel, and he was talking about everybody. But see, there's a difference between Candace Parker talking the game in a logical perspective than Cheryl Miller. I mean, Cheryl Swoops was talking about it a few years back when she was talking about how Caitlin take 40, 50 shots a game, not accurate stats. You know, it took her 5 years to break the record, which it took her 4 years. That's inaccurate stats. That's what you just constantly, because Cheryl Swoops kept putting her name in her mouth all last year. Being mad at Candace Parker for speaking the truth is just idiotic. This is why new generation of fans, and I said new generation because I'm an old school fan, you got to take the emotion and feelings out of it. Because if you think that your player is supposed to be up there with an Angel Wilson and a Nafisha Carter, then you crazy. You crazy. And just to compare stats with Candace Parker because of rebounds and what she's doing rebounding, come on, man. That's just one single aspect of the game. What if Angel Reese couldn't rebound? What her stats look like? And I'm gonna bring something else to you. Since y'all want to say that she's Candace Parker is hating and she's a clout chaser, check this out. Angel Reese will be in the year 2 in the WNBA. She has not taken her team close to the playoffs. She will miss the playoffs for the first time. I guess. Well, I won't even say the first time. She would miss the playoffs the first 2 seasons of her career. Caitlin Clark will take her team, even though she's injured, to the playoff back-to-back years. You have a chance to have Sonia Citron and Aria Arifin taking a team, 2 rookies this year taking a team to the playoffs. So let's not sit here and think that Candace Parker is hating. Improve your game. Get your team to the playoffs. Stop worrying about your individual stats, padding your stats, rebounds and stuff. Your goal should be like, hey, the first thing the announcer asked Angel Reese in her press conference, what was it like to get another double-double after coming back from injury? Well, guess what? The question should have been, what does it look like down the road to try to get your team in playoff position? But guess what? They ain't nowhere in playoff position. They only won 7 games this season. But she's stat padding. She's not helping her team win. Team ain't winning basketball. So what what are we talking about? So for further notice, Angel Reese needs to focus on Angel Reese. Continue to improve your game. And if it's all noise to you, block it out. You don't have to respond to everything. Because I think Candace Parker has nothing but love for her. To be truthful, Candace Parker got nothing but love for her. Some of these greats in the game do want to see these young players succeed and be great. Stop being sensitive. That's all I'm telling you. Stop being sensitive. And to her fans, stop being sensitive. You might say the same thing for us Caitlin Clark fans, but guess what? We talk basketball over here. We talk real facts and stats over here. You know, as Rudy may say, we talk facts over feelings. So the thing about it is, man, like I said, she does need to improve her game. But guess what? The way her game is, she's just a gravity pull. So there's nobody going into the game checking for Angel Reese as the number one option. There's nobody checking for her. Ain't nobody scheming against her. They just battle her on the boards and she just gets the rebounds. That's it. So anyway, let me know what you think about Candace Parker assessment on Angel Reese. Was it clout chasing or was it fair? To me, I think it was fair criticism. Sometimes people can't handle the truth. Some of y'all may know the movie A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. So, and that being said, this is your midday Wednesday edition, Live Wire Sports Media, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live Wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.